The Institute for Liberty and Policy Innovation, ILAPI-GHANA, will be hosting Brother Suleiman Khalid, who took part in the Rising Tide Foundation essay in collaboration with the Network for Free Society and Allowed Policy in Nigeria. He is among the first 25 in Africa. In Ghana, over 100 participants took part in the essay competition, but Suleiman was among the first 25 and the only Ghanaian who was selected among the first 25. He is from the University of Development Studies in the northern part of the country, and he'll be with us soon in the office to discuss on what inspired him, the role he'll be playing in the liberty movement, and what he will be doing to assist the Ghana government in order for the country to boost its entrepreneurial economy. Thank you so much. Today's show, I have Suleiman Khalid, a student of the University for Development Studies in the northern sector of the country, Ghana. He is studying Community Development Planning, level 300. He took part in an essay competition organized by Rising Tide Foundation and then the Network for a Free Society of UK, of which he was selected among the first 25 across Africa. Welcome, Khalid.
Thank you.
Thank you for having you here once again.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah. What inspired you to go into this competition, the essay? What inspired you to write this essay?
Okay, to begin, firstly, I didn't really have any major inspiration. I saw the essay being highlighted and advertised in a group page, so I just decided to participate. I mean, reading the heading and everything was a bit enticing, so I just participated.
Good. What do you think is hindering entrepreneurs in Ghana?
Well, there are a lot of things hindering entrepreneurship, mainly by the government and the individual in person too can be a major hindrance to the person himself or herself too as well. Speaking about the government, the government has a responsibility of providing a conducive macro and micro socio-economic environment for everybody and every business to thrive in. So in doing that, the government has to provide infrastructure and other services to enable that conducive environment for entrepreneurship to thrive. And individually too, I believe the individual himself or herself is not very well informed about the chances or opportunities open for him in the outside world too as well. And in Ghana, typically, Ghanaians have a general or show a general level of apathy towards starting up or venturing into any risk-taking business as well. So, yeah.
So do you think the government is providing the right environment for entrepreneurs to strive in Ghana?
Okay, the government is doing its best, but there's still a long mile or a long way ahead for the government to go.
So what do you think is the problem?
Okay, majorly the problem has to do with infrastructure. I mean, for any entrepreneurial business to thrive, there's a direct link between infrastructure and entrepreneurship too as well, or maybe businesses too as well. In a society where there are major infrastructure projects that has been carried out, like good road networks, telecommunications are very good, and hospitals are there, schools are there, and all these major infrastructure projects are available. It encourages businesses to thrive and provide a right and suitable environment for anyone who is willing to start up a business too as well. Let's talk of the micro economic condition too. For example, there should be low taxes on these things and commodities exactly, and maybe tax incentives and everything, to entice people to venture into starting up their own businesses. Yeah.
Would you like to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, of course, I would like to.
Why not working for the government, but you want to be an entrepreneur?
Okay, for a start right now, I think working for the government to provide a major or a good start, but I wouldn't want to make that my long-term aim. I would like to venture into entrepreneurship, helping the society be innovative and bring out my own ideas about correcting wrong to right.
Do you have any innovative idea you would like to bring into the public to solve an issue?
Yes, I have some ideas.
Are you working on it now?
Yeah, I'm working. I'm doing a little research about them too as well.
Wow.
let's come back to the essay.
Okay.
Would you like the essay to be promoted? Would you like such or similar essays to come in each and every year from Rising Tide Foundation?
Yeah, of course. I would encourage whoever is in charge of organizing this essay they should continually do it, make it an annual program or an annual thing, so that more students, more youth will be encouraged to participate in it. Because me, for example, using myself as a typical example, participating in this essay has opened my eyes to a whole wide of issues that I didn't know previously. I've become aware about certain things which I wouldn't have known if I hadn't participated in them.
Can you please tell us some of the things you learned, new things you learned through this essay competition?
Okay. Some of the things I learned is how Ghanaians react towards risk taking, how the youth in Ghana reacts towards risk taking, and the percentage of youth that are into entrepreneurship, and what type of entrepreneurship they are, the type of people that are more informed, and the type of people that are unfortunately not very well informed. All these things were things that I really previously did not know, but right now I think I have.
Do you think that the government should help entrepreneurs?
Yes, I think it's a responsibility for government to help entrepreneurs.
How do you want the government to put in measures to assist entrepreneurs in doing business?
As I said earlier, the government is charged with the responsibility of providing infrastructure and providing a conducive micro and macro economic environment for businesses to thrive. So if the government of the country are able to meet these set targets, I believe they've done their part in entrepreneurship, as far as entrepreneurship is concerned.
Wow. What encouragement will you give it to your colleagues back in school to start businesses on their own, as you have the aspirations to do so after school?
Yeah, I have that aspirations, but there are also setbacks, I must say. For example, you need the right information, the right channel, the right people to consult, and you need capital too. Some of these business ideas require huge capital investment, and the investors who are supposed to or you would like to invest with them today, you have to be able to convince them to go to invest in your business so that they wouldn't make any loss just in case. And as I said previously too, there's a general level of apathy exercised by Ghanaians towards risk taking and everything. If your last money is 500 Ghana, how many Ghanaians would like to invest that solely into a business where they stand a chance of losing it? So I would encourage my colleagues to venture into entrepreneurship, but in doing that they should have to be very circumspect about the decisions and the activities they put in place towards that.
It is said that entrepreneurs are the driving force of the economy.
Yeah.
How true is that?
Yes, indeed it's true. Entrepreneurs are the inventors, they are the innovators. They change the economy, they make the economy what it is right now. I can't imagine Ghana as a country without entrepreneurs. In saying that, to be entrepreneurs, they make up a large chunk of our Ghanaian economy, even though some of them are not really very supported, you see, but they make quite a significant number of our Ghanaian economy. And they are the driving force, because you look at this, for typical example, pure water businesses. It's everywhere in the country. Cement factories, like clothes import and export and all these things. The governments have very little to play as far as entrepreneurship is concerned, but we most often than not, entrepreneurs have kept this upon themselves, to be able to, amidst all these backlogs and challenges, to be able to still strive and move forward and make an impact.
Let's come back to go on to libertarianism.
Okay.
Would you like to promote liberty among Ghanaian?
Yeah, of course. I would like to promote liberty.
On what grounds? How are you going to help assist our institution to promote liberty in Ghana?
Okay, firstly, the beneficiaries have to know what liberty is. They have to know their right. They have to know what they stand to gain or what they stand to lose. They have to know who they are and understand who they are and accept themselves for who they are. So we're starting this, you will have to educate and sensitize the youth or the Ghanaian populace about what libertarianism is or what liberty stands for. And in doing that, you address their concerns, major concerns, and issues that might pop up, or any questions they want you to address. So in doing that, when they have a fair understanding about what libertarianism is or what liberty is, I mean, they'll champion the cause by themselves.
Well, it is said that you can have liberty without entrepreneurship, but you cannot have entrepreneurship without your liberty. It's very symbiotic. How does that go?
Okay. Liberty is also synonymous to freedom.
Sure.
So once you have freedom, you have the once you have freedom, you have the right. You have liberty. You feel free, to take your innovations and put them into actions. But once your rights and freedom are being limited, you understand, you can't really exceed that boundary to do whatever you want. So that once that freedom or rights aspect has been taken from you, you are indirectly in bondage.
So who has taken the rights from us?
Okay, largely you can conveniently blame the government for it.
But who gave our rights to you? You gave your right to the government.
Yeah, in a way. I mean, right now you don't really have a choice. I mean, in the book Why Liberty, there was an aspect I was reading that was very interesting. That touched on concession, like the consent you give to the government. For example, our polls are coming in very soon, and you are mandated to vote. As your right, you are mandated to vote. If you go and vote, and let's say unfortunately the government you vote for does not come into power in one way or the other, you participated in selecting the government, so you've given your consent to the government in power. If you refuse to vote, you are mandated to vote. So your refusal cannot be blamed on the government. So in another way, you've given your consent to the government in power. If you vote and your party wins, okay, that's a good thing. So it's like you really don't have a choice. No matter what you do, you indirectly give your consent to the government in power to take any responsible role they deem fit for themselves.
Well, what are the functions of the government?
First of all, the functions of the government, well, it depends on the orientation the government is trying to portray, where the government is coming from. We have socialist states and capitalist states. So, but generally, I think that the functions of the government is to provide services, and provide the right environment for everyone to live freely and happily and prosperous.
Is there anything government of Ghana is producing when it comes to manufacturing?
Well,
or the government is really providing the services, but not production?
Largely, I think the government is providing services, but I can't really pinpoint any production the government is engaged into.
So here we need entrepreneurs to come in.
Exactly.
So what would be your best advice to the state to help give us the right environment for entrepreneurs to strive and have their businesses? So what advice would you give to the government or the state to help entrepreneurs strive in the economy?
Okay, my best advice would be the government should focus more on the provision of infrastructure and services, and as well as providing a very conducive environment for businesses to thrive.
Taxation should be reduced or
should be
taken
subsidized.
away.
Electrical utility prices should be reduced, to the barest minimums to enable everybody to engage in businesses as freely as possible.
So, would you be employing people to work for you after your entrepreneurship?
Yes, of course.
Innovative ideas that you want to implement.
Of course, if my business grew by the grace of God, I would employ lots and lots of people.
So that you cut down the unemployment rate in the country.
Exactly. I would do
so this simply means that the government don't employ.
Well, the government employs. In the public sector, the government employs.
But can't employ everybody.
No, cannot employ everybody.
Wow. Okay, let's go back to your school, UDS, that's the University for Development Studies. You are reading community development planning. What inspired you to read such course? Because we have business administration, we have medicine, we have pharmacy, we have engineering, and other related courses that could also put you into the public domain. But you opted for community development planning. Why?
Well, what community development planning entails is, as the name goes, the development of the community. In Ghana, is typically a developing country, so it's just a passion to help Ghana develop in one way or the other. in either aspect, both human resource and infrastructure development. So I just opted for the course because it suits my needs and aspirations too as well.
Do you think the free market system can help solve Ghana's economic problem, where there's competition among companies, competition among ventures and other businesses?
Yeah, competition is healthy. Competition, as every entrepreneur will tell you, competition improves innovation, and innovation is a very major factor for development in any society. So once there's healthy competition, I mean, it's good for the country as well. It reduces inferior goods or even eliminates it to some extent too as well. So yeah, competition is good.
Wow.
To that extent.
Thank you so much. Happy meeting you.
You're welcome.
All the way from the northern sector.
Yeah.
And we are also extending our warm gratitude towards your essay you wrote to UK, and you were selected among the best 25 in Africa.
Thank you.
You were a gem, you did very well. We pray that you take part in the subsequent ones that will be coming over the years.
I will.
Thank you so much. Hoping to meet you sometime again.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you.